what I want.
As part of my development, and most of you have been watching Today's Your Future on Sky TV, which we no longer run over there because we are going to be relaunching this program in December this year, somewhat in December. But I still continue interviewing people on the basis of Amaka Ya Bwingi, and you can see this on the Amaka Ya Bwingi website. Amaka Ya Bwingi simply means power and coming together of businesses with a view to work out a common goal and many people coming together to deliver a business vehicle that can answer a problem in the community. We normally say that a business is an answer to a problem in the community, and such a business will be successful because wherever there's a need, people are willing to pay for that to be provided. There are so many ways of paying for a service, but today I'll spare you that because today in this session I've got Mr. Silvanus, and he's going to introduce himself, and this man is phenomenal. Some of you have looked on the website of Amaka Ya Bwingi, and if you're watching this clip, probably on your right hand side or on top, depending on where the clip is going to be, you can see the CERTAX advert, and that belongs to Mr. Silvanus. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. And yourself?
Excellent, perfect.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful. I'm very much interested to know about you for the sake of the listeners, because I've come to your office and the model that you're using is a model which I buy into. Tell me about yourself. What do you do?
Right. I am the director of CERTAX Accounting, based in Boston. We offer a comprehensive accountancy and tax advisory services to businesses, to all types of businesses, be it trading as sole traders, limited companies, limited liability partnerships, and partnerships as well. We sort of we these services we offer the quality service on a fixed price quote, and it is a highly quality service.
You say comprehensive. Before I go to comprehensive, who is Mr. Silvanus Chinganga?
Right, Mr. Silvanus Chinganga is a qualified chartered management accountant with many years of experience.
How many years? Many years is many. 2 is many years for something.
That's
Tell
correct,
me how
yes.
many years of experience.
With over 16 years of experience.
You look very young. How come it's 16 years?
That's right. That's probably a compliment to my profession. It probably keeps me going and keeps me young. I've worked across different sectors. I've worked in the private sector, public sector, and also I worked for a not-for-profit organization.
Okay.
Providing all sorts of services from a financial perspective. I've worked across different industries and sectors.
So 16 years in the industry. Is that what qualified to become chartered, or there's certain things that you have to do to become chartered? Educate me.
They are for you to be, in order for you to become chartered, you obviously have to go through a long process, which obviously involves sitting very demanding examinations, and as part of that, before you can actually be called chartered, you've got to sort of fulfill a certain level of experience and knowledge. You've got to demonstrate that. So I've been through that process, and I've got to this position where I am.
You've been through that process.
That's
now
correct.
listen, those young men and women in the university, or some university somewhere, anywhere in the world, and you're aspiring to become a chartered accountant. A year ago, before this one, I had a young lady from Hallamshire University doing finance accounting. She did 12 months of voluntary service, wanting to gain experience. It's part of our qualification. That is commitment. Now, when we look at Mr. Chinganga, he's done 16 years. Holding on, meaning there's a goal he wanted to achieve. Now you are chartered.
Correct, that's right.
And
yes.
tell me what that passport means to you to be chartered. What does it bring to you as an entrepreneur?
Absolutely. I mean, it opens many doors, endless doors, really. You know, I can go out there. You know, I can with all the skills and knowledge I've gained in getting that designation. I can sort of, you know, I can apply that in different scenarios, different businesses, and you know, and then impart my knowledge to different people. And you know, so you know, it's just like a mark, a stamp as it is of approval, as it were. So if someone
Just
comes
there,
to myself,
it's a mark, a stamp of approval.
that's correct. Yes.
Now, is this Africa you're in, or in England?
England. That's right.
So this is England. He has achieved this in England. How did you feel staying 16 years, laboring for that, and you're working
Correct.
and earning,
Correct.
but inside you there's an entrepreneur
Absolutely.
wanting to become the
Correct.
driver.
Yes.
How did you balance between that? Hey, jump out, do something. Jump out, do something. How did you manage that?
You see, when I started off, you know, on this journey, I sort of, I've always had this vision to work for myself, to be an entrepreneur. That's why I sort of sought out to gain all this knowledge and experience and skills over the years, so that I can sort of, you know, get out there and face the challenges of this world has to bring to myself.
While you're still there,
Yeah.
he said he wanted to develop himself, knowing that he's an entrepreneur, but he held on the edge to jump out, premature jumping out. Now, in case you jumped out prematurely, don't worry, we can help you. The West Midlands Open College is there for you to reorganize your steps. And I want to continue that story, that theme of developing yourself.
Yeah, so you know, so I thought, you know, if once I've got everything, the ammunition I need, you know, nothing can really stand in my way, and you know, I can sort of plow through and achieve the vision I set out when I started this journey.
And now the vision can be
materialized.
achieved.
That's right, it's materialized.
Now listen. When we call out for conferences, training, in business, it appears as if it's a long journey, but that's what you need. You need a muscle behind you. You need a backing behind you. Knowledge is that backing. Without it, I'm telling you, you pay for it 20 times more than if you could wait until you develop yourself properly. You understand that bit? Because in this industry, like many other industries, without the required knowledge, legally speaking, and also authenticity and the currency, you cannot perform. I'd like you to talk about why it's important for a business to have an accountant.
It's right from you know, from compliance. As we know that, you know, setting up a business, there's a lot of regulation involved.
Now tell them, compliance means what?
Compliance
in
means
simple English, because that's bombastic English.
That's right. In simple English, it means that you've got to abide by the law.
Abide by the law, yes.
By the company law or whatever, the law of this country. So you've got to conform to that, and you know, so we understand that when you set up a business, there's a lot going on. You know, some of you are good at what they're doing, so they'd rather, you know, they might not be well versed, or they might not be knowledgeable about the compliance bit.
So accountants can help you to comply.
That's
so
right,
it's good to go to accountants.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And also, it's not just about that compliance as well, but obviously it's about helping yourself to grow your business, because
business growth essential.
Correct. Yes.
Of course, your services are not free.
Correct.
You charge a small fee.
Correct.
But some people are afraid of fees. Now, if you are afraid of the account's fee, there's a big fee you are going to pay because you didn't comply. So which
Right.
one do you like? You have a penalty, you have a confused accounting, or pay a fee to make your business clean. Because sometimes you might want funding, you might want capitation from an investor. One thing they're going to ask for is accounts for the past 3 years or so. But if your books are well lined up, properly done, and there's a reference from your accountant, things can go good. Am I right in saying that?
That is very good. That is very correct. I agree entirely with what you just said there. Yeah. So in other words, you know, an accountant is not it's not just about numbers. You know, people, you know, think that accountants are just number crunchers. But I can tell you that, you know, over the years I've seen the profession evolve.
Yes.
Now we sort of call ourselves what we call business partners.
Oh, I like. So you're a business partner.
Correct.
So even in your fee structure, you got to reflect the business partnership.
Correct, that's right.
Not the many huge sums of money. Now, in closing, what do you like to tell other accountants who have thrown in the towel? They say, oh no, it's too many years to get my chartered. I've done 7 years, I can't do the rest of the 7 years. What would you tell them now?
What I'll tell you is, there's just set yourself a vision, and then work towards it. I know there'll be stumbling blocks along the way, but always, just persevere. I know you've probably heard this many times before from people who sort of made it in their respective professions, but just remain steadfast. It is possible. It is doable. Just keep working hard. Fair enough. You might fall. But the most important thing is to learn from that, and then keep going. Yes. And then before you know it, believe you me, because I can tell you that I almost gave up. I almost gave up. It came to a point where it became so difficult, and I thought, why am I doing this? But again, because I set myself a vision, I looked at it and say, I want to get there. If other people can get there, why not me? I can do it. It's not impossible.
Very good.
It is very possible. So just keep going.
Yes. Keep going, keep going. Don't give up. I like a scripture in the Bible. I read the Bible quite a lot because I believe in it. A righteous man shall fall 7 times, and 7 times shall the Lord lift him up. You can be lifted up. Keep going. But don't forget, June 21st, June 2014, the second Celebrating Business Connectivity and Success Conference is right here in Warsaw, where I'm interviewing Mr. Chinganga. He will be there himself and many other big businesses. Government officials are coming over from within England, from other African countries, and we know we're going to be celebrating Zambia's 50th year of independence. So we're looking at the positive links between the UK and Zambia. We are celebrating this African country. Many other African countries, when they turn 50, the Jubilee, we will do the same for them. Don't miss out. You're going to meet business partners. Signing off, this is Dr. John Lukomona. Ciao.
Young lady.
I thought of what I want